Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome back to Wall Street Bullion. Our guest today is a good friend, Chris Vermeulen. He is the founder and chief investment officer at the technicaltraders.com. Welcome back, Chris.
Hey, always a pleasure, Ivan.
Yeah, it's a huge pleasure having you come down here. I wanted to get you down to talk about everything that's happening in the markets, silver and gold. Thank you so much for coming to speak to, the gold and silver community. Uh,
Mhm.
but but first off, what's happening with precious metals? A lot of people are saying, it's consolidating right now. We're going sideways. What is your take on it?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what they're doing. Obviously, gold is in a very strong bull market. It's been consolidating for a couple months, which is a strong sign. The charts are actually pointing to gold having one more push to about $3,750 per ounce. So this is just a pause. At this point, you definitely don't want to bet against it. Silver's been doing a similar type of thing. It's been trading sideways in a much tighter range. The longer something trades sideways, the tighter the range, the bigger the breakout usually is. So silver's got potential to run to like $37, $38 an ounce, which percentage wise from where it is right now is pretty big. So we're really just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Right now, money's been kind of flowing out of the precious metal space, hence the pause. And I think that money's been going into equities. And today, which is Tuesday,
Yeah.
we've got a broad market rally. Money is flowing into pretty much every sector in the stock market. So it's coming out of kind of the boring metals, your pet rocks, your pet gold and silver rocks, and it's going into like tech stocks and small caps and all of that stuff. So money just sloshes back and forth. There'll be a time where the stock market probably starts to pull back again and gold and silver will shine and they'll actually buck the trend and money will go back into them. So it's just a matter of time. Every sector's got there's rotation, right?
What's your biggest concern right now? Like, what do you have your eye on, whether it's the stock market, geopolitically, or just in the charts themselves? What's concerning you? What do you have your eye on?
Um, well, I'm concerned that the market's going to pop into some new all-time highs. We're in striking distance for the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, and my concern is it's going to turn everybody really bullish.
Right.
Even more, people are already getting very bullish. People think it was the buy the dip mentality, which I don't fully buy it yet. The small caps and the ARK ETFs and the micro caps, they're not really coming back to life and leading the way, which they should be. So my concern is we're going to poke to new highs. Everybody's going to be like, oh, new bull market started. And I can see it in the sectors already. The most aggressive sectors that typically that really rally just before the stock market actually reverses, like the ARK ETFs and things like that, they're all coming to life and they've got big volume. So people are piling into the risky stocks. I got a bad feeling people are going to be like buying at the high, and a month or two from now, the market is sharply lower and they'll be like, how did I just buy at the high again? And how did I just sell out, in February, March at the low?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there's so many new people who came on who's here in the silver and gold community, who are here in the investing community. And a lot of them are the younger crowd and they're the youth. They've just got into this. They're concerned about, their purchasing power. They're concerned about debt levels. What kind of guidance would you have for them first getting into the precious metals market?
Yeah, I mean, I've always played a long game, so I don't go for usually quick fast returns. I don't go for usually if that stuff backfires in the long run, you usually end up giving all your gains back. So
Right.
I think long term, I think if you're a new investor, I think picking up a little gold and silver is nice just to have it so you can say I've got some, but waiting for some pause or a bigger pause or pullback. Like the market, gold and silver, I would like silver more here. I think percentage wise, it's got a nice pop over the next month or two. It could have a really nice move. But gold does have some of the signs that we're really close to a pretty significant high in gold. So I think if you were to pick something right now, especially if it's just short term, I'd say get into silver for a big percentage pop to 37, 38 an ounce. Gold, I'm not too excited about. It's going to be a very small percentage move. Um, but just accumulate over time, right? I think try and buying on days that it's down or multi-week pullbacks or is the key, and just slowly keep adding to your stack. I mean, I collect gold as a hedge, as a alternative investment. I'm not buying gold to try and catch a huge percentage move and
Right.
cash out. I'm accumulating it over time, so I just have this big store of value that if currencies blow up or home pricing or there's some crazy something goes on and precious metals go through the roof, it's my protection. But when we start what I believe is a new bull market in precious metals, which I think gold and silver are going to have a fairly big correction over the next, I don't know, 3, 6, 9, 12 months, that's when I'll be really excited to load up and accumulate more for gold. I've already bought a bunch of gold at the beginning of this super cycle in 2019. So I'm letting this cycle finish, and then I think we're about to see a downdraft. Gold could correct 25, 35%. Silver could correct, 25, 50% for all we know. And then
Absolutely.
and then that would be like a pickup opportunity to like, okay, get in because the next one after that I think is really gonna take off. Like we have the perfect storm, better than ever for gold and silver to go through the roof with the debt levels and all of that stuff. And yeah, so it's a good
Yeah.
scenario. It's just it's a long game. Gold is not like quick, easy money. It's a slower moving beast.
Welcome to the Cayman Islands, a premier offshore jurisdiction where natural beauty meets financial stability. Here, your wealth is more than secure. It thrives in one of the most trusted and respected financial centers in the world. For over a decade, SWP has been the trusted choice for precious metal investors worldwide. Our purpose-built 6,000 square foot facility sets a new standard in precious metal storage. We are proud to be one of the only vault operators approved by the London Bullion Market Association. Beyond safeguarding your assets, we're committed to making a difference in our community by supporting local causes and events that reflect our values. As we continue to expand and innovate our services, we ensure that your wealth is safe and strategically positioned to shield you from the uncertainties that lie ahead. Strategic wealth preservation, trusted today and ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people talk about, the industrial demand, especially for silver, is growing due to green energy and electronics and applications in new technologies. How much do you
Mhm.
think this will influence the value and price of silver relative to gold in the coming years?
Yeah, well, obviously everything is becoming electronic and electric powered. So silver, I think, is going to have a very big role in that. I think precious metals like silver and gold. I think uranium, anything in the silver is very much so. I think going to be a big mover when the time comes. So is uranium stocks, which we've already seen a big move. But uh, yeah, silver has its place. There's no doubt about it. I mean, a lot of people say, well, I'm pretty sure it's pretty manipulated and held down, but silver is going to have its time to shine, I think, eventually, and it's going to become a much bigger industrial metal than it really is, and it's going to become very important when energy efficiencies, is going to be critical.
Hello, my fellow silver and gold stacker. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching the channel. Subscribe, please like the video, and also hit the notification bell. Keep stacking. Can you explain, Chris, some of the main tactics used by large financial institutions to manipulate silver prices, such as like, spoofing or price slams? How effective are regulatory efforts in curbing these practices? Do you believe there's even silver price manipulation, or are you on the side of the silver community where you're like, no, there's no manipulation? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I don't know all the technical terms. I don't know how they fully do it, but I see price slamming all the time. I see it even in the stock indices themselves and in
Yeah.
individual stocks, more or less, people will just hammer the price with a big sell order and algos that can just trigger a flood of selling and just drop the price. But I think anything where there's opportunity to make money or there is money, I think things are manipulated and there's always crooked stuff going on. There's no getting around it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's the way it is. But you just have to accept it's always been that way. I think it'll always be that way. So it's just part of the game. You have to not get angry when something happens. Just be like, that's unfortunately the way that it moves. But yeah, so I don't know too much about it, but I definitely feel like, there's some manipulation in the precious metal space.
Yeah, like in every market and or stocks, you start seeing price slams and so on.
Yeah.
But Chris, I want to thank you so much for coming down to the silver and gold community. Before you go, though, I really want people to connect with you guys at the Technical Traders. Just give a brief, 10 to 20, 30 seconds of what you guys do, what you guys offer, and how people can follow you.
Yeah, so from a really high level, I follow technical analysis, so price action. I don't care about tech or fundamentals or economic data or news. As investors, we want to own things that are going up in value. Technical analysis tells us if it's going up, going sideways, or going down. So we rotate our capital between gold, silver, stocks, currencies, bonds, whatever it is. We recently closed out a gold trade. We recently closed out a URA, uranium trade. We're still long Bitcoin with portion. So we just rotate to whichever asset is going up. I trade my own money. I share the exact trades I do with subscribers, and I only trade ETFs. I keep it very simple. And every morning I do a morning video to tell you what's going on in the markets and how it's going to affect the day and your emotions, if there's panic selling or fear and all that stuff. And it's at thetechnicaltraders.com, and you can join my newsletter there.
Yeah, everyone watching this, please go check out thetechnicaltraders.com. Check out Chris. Highly recommended. I'll put the links in the description below. And Chris, as always, it's such a pleasure having you come down to speak to the silver and gold community. And as always, as the market develops, would really love to have you back on.
Always, Ivan, always a pleasure. Appreciate it.
Talk
Take care.
talk to you soon.